Well, the news about two COVID-19 vaccines has been absolutely remarkable. First, Pfizer's phase 3 clinical trials revealed its vaccine was more than 90% effective. Now, Moderna's candidate has proven to be 100% effective against severe disease. KIMT News 3's George Mallet joining us after talking to a clinician who treats patients with COVID-19 daily.
Yeah, and Katie, that clinician is Dr. Brian McDonough, who is in charge of family medicine at St. Francis Hospital in Wilmington, Delaware, and also the chief medical contributor for CBS Radio. But I don't want to bury the lead. I want to point out the great thing about the new Moderna candidate is it doesn't have to be kept in some deep freeze environment. It merely has to be refrigerated. Still, the good doctor does have concerns about the next steps. The news about coronavirus vaccines has been nothing short of stunning. Today, Moderna announced the final results of its efficacy trial. Only 11 people who received 2 doses of the vaccine developed COVID-19 symptoms after being infected with the pandemic coronavirus. CBS Radio medical contributor Dr. Brian McDonough is largely upbeat about that news.
I'm a big fan of the vaccine. It's our way out of this pandemic. But we need to manage expectations.
The good news, though, is tempered by the fact that the vaccine requires 2 doses. The good doctor fears what will happen if people don't get that second shot.
If you get the first shot and think you are done, and think you can take off your mask, and think you can go out into the community, you very likely will get COVID, and you'll very likely get symptoms. They may not be as bad as if you were never vaccinated, but they're still not going to be great.
And McDonough's concerns extend to the social media and public relations firestorm that would likely follow if people fail to get shot number 2.
If people do that, they're obviously going to get on social media and say this vaccine's horrible, it causes these symptoms, and then others will be afraid to get it.
Now, McDonough points out that we probably need roughly 70% of our population to receive a coronavirus vaccine to achieve what is known as herd immunity. Distrust, skepticism, so-called anti-vaxxers could all lead to fewer people getting vaccinated. And then the remarkable scientific achievements we are realizing here and now would all be for naught, Katie.
All right, thanks, George. Now, George did mention that the Moderna vaccine doesn't need to be stored in sub-zero temperatures. Now, that can contrast with the Pfizer vaccine, which must be stored at negative 70 degrees Celsius. So Pfizer is expected to revise that storage requirement. Scientists say they are simply being very cautious.